Hello, West Africa. Hello, Nigeria. And hello to my wonderful people of Ibadan. Hope you are doing great today. Once again, my name is Ambassador Great Impella Ferromi, and I believe that you've been enjoying yourself and getting a lot of values all day today. I'm standing on an existing protocol so to save us a lot of time. In today's class or today's teaching, I'll be teaching about how real estate can be a catalyst to your life, just the same way it became a catalyst to my life, and it changed everything about my perspective about life forever. Okay? Before I continue today, I will say turn to the person on your left and on your right and tell yourself after that and say, I will never be poor again. Say that, I will never be poor again. Say it once more, I will never be poor again. It's important you tell yourself because what you're going to about what you've been learning all about today and what you've been learning in this section are tools that would make you not to be poor in your life again. And what is this tool? The tool is just simply real estate. Trust me, at the end of today's class, you'll be happy that you attended this conference today. Let's dive into the class. All right, so let's continue in the class today. The topic I'll be teaching today is a very, very dynamic topic, and the topic is stated as real estate, a catalyst of life. Real estate, a catalyst of life. But before I continue, I would like to ask you, how many of us knows the definition of catalyst? The word catalyst. If you're a science student, you're very familiar with this, and if you're somebody who's not a science student, you might also be familiar with this as much as possible. But like I said, for me, this is my own personal definition about giving. A catalyst is actually a person or a tool that causes change in life. Okay, a person or a tool that causes a change in life. Note that most times catalyst tends to bring a sort of positive reaction, also negative reaction. But based on today's class, the catalyst is going to be the positivity onto your life. Okay, and also know that catalyst has different benefits, but I'll be dwelling on two benefits today. Note that catalyst makes things easier for you and makes things faster for you. Okay? It makes things easier for you and makes things faster for you. And earlier on, you noticed that I said something in my definition. I said is a person or a tool. Now, let's start with the person's case study this time around. Many of us, I don't know, many of us have been in this scenario before whereby you are almost done, you are done with university and you're about going for your NYSC. And let's assume you have this Uncle H working in a particular bank and is working in a top rank in the bank or top position in the bank, and it made Uncle H and he said, Uncle H, please can you help me get a job in the bank? The question you should ask yourself is this: why are you speaking to Uncle H rather than going to their website? Yeah, but the reason why you're doing that is because talking to Uncle H, you believe is going to fast track the process of the recruitment for you. Okay, you could understand why I said the person is a catalyst right now. It's going to make things faster and easier. But fortunately, Uncle H says something like, oh, okay, you're going for NYC. Don't worry, go for NYC. When you get back, just come and see me. Unfortunately, you come to see Uncle H after NYC, and Uncle H is saying, oh, still give me some time. Trust me, you're not the only one that have been in that scenario. I've been in that scenario before, and trust me, it's not really an healthy scenario because at the end of the day, you start having this feeling of hating Uncle H. But unfortunately, you can't blame him because sometimes Uncle H or people like Uncle H want to help us, but they are also stranded and unfortunately they can't help you. Okay, I don't know, many of us have also been in a scenario whereby you say you want to start a business and you approach, let's say, a family member or something, and family member will be like, oh, don't worry, I promise you this by the end of the month. And by the end of the month, they'll be like, oh, unfortunately, what I was expecting didn't happen. Do not blame them. Life also happens to them. So if you are focusing on making somebody your catalyst, of which I can also call that person your benefactor. In Yoruba, what they call it, Uniduromi. Unfortunately, if you are putting all your hopes in that person and does not work out, then what do you have to do? It's simple. You have to do it all on your own by getting a tool to make that possible for you. And that's where real estate comes in because real estate is a tool that can make your dreams possible. Real estate is that tool that could actually become your catalyst to your life. And why is it an important tool is this, or why is it a very efficient tool is this? Is because you will be one in charge of your life. Dependent on what you do is the result of what you would get. Note that in this class today, catalyst can also do two things, which I'll be explaining in this class today. Catalyst can either restart your life or can create a life. When I say restart your life, is this scenario. Let's assume you are somebody who have been in business and you are owing a lot of debts, okay? A lot and a lot of debt. Let's say about 10 million naira, for instance. That person actually needs a restart because before the person can create a life, you have to first pay back the debt, then you start a life. So if you're somebody who would love to restart your life, I'll be explaining how real estate could do that for you using a case study of a very popular billionaire in Nigeria that used real estate to restart his life. And also, real estate can be used to create a life, meaning, example, you're done with school and you don't know what next to do in your life. Real estate can actually help you create a life, which I'll be using a case study of myself. And I believe using these two case study would help establish a meaningful journey into your real estate journey in the future. These two case studies are very peculiar, and these two case studies would help you a lot. Let's dive into the case study number one, which is me talking about how somebody used real estate to restart his life. I'm talking about a particular person known as Mr. Femi Otedola, who is a Nigerian billionaire and also the former chairman of Fort Oil. Okay, and Fort Oil, in case you don't know Fort Oil is a petroleum as well as a power generating company. So as at the year 2008, note that this company was having, in terms of the market they were having to themselves, they were running about 93% of the market of diesel. So you could understand that for that company, they were really running a lot of things. They were making a lot of money. But what happened? The first thing that happened is that the price of oil dropped. It dropped from 146 pound dollars, sorry, to about $34. Trust me, imagine that's almost more than 300% decrement, if there's a word like that. So after that happened, the next thing that happened after that was stocks market started dropping as well. Okay. And after that again, what happened again? The next thing that happened was Naira devaluated. Naira devaluation is one of the baddest things that could happen to you, if there's a word like that as well. It could be very terrible. And let me give you an instance of Naira devaluation. I think as at last year when I was making a particular travel trip, I can remember pounds to Naira was about 650. But as at today when I'm making this video, pounds to Naira is about 2,180 Naira to a pound. That is more than, should I even say, more than 200% increments that devaluation has cost. Okay. And also, after Naira devaluation happened to him as well, and the next thing happened also, which was terrible, which should I say, every big Nigerian businesses have to themselves. Nigerian businesses, big business cannot do without loan. So he also had what they call interest accrued, which is he has to pay that back as well. So with this happening to him, he was in a state of confusion and he had two options, either to quit doing business or to face the challenges. And all he simply did then was to make a decision to lose part of his real estate. When I mean lose part of real estate, was for him to sell or to give away or to dispose his real estate, his assets, just for him to recover and for him to bounce back and for him to have a life restarted again. So this is what real estate can do to you. So if you are somebody that you are heavily into debt, or you are somebody that you have a lot of outstandings to clear already, trust me, real estate can help you create a solution to your problem by restarting your life. The other one is create a life, which is a case study of myself. Trust me, there was a time in which 1,000 naira was like a 1 million naira to me. And how did that happen? After I finished school, then before during the school time, during my holiday times, I was working. I always get jobs. There was a particular shopping mall in Lekki, whereby I've always gotten employment during my holidays. And after I finished that after school, I went for my NYSC, and after NYSC, I as a person, then I asked myself what was the next plan for me. So I moved back to the shopping mall, and I reached the position of a general manager. Upon getting that position, the next thing that happened to me was what I asked myself, that's the highest position I could get to. I needed a new challenge. So I left this. Upon leaving the place, I started my own supermarket. Unfortunately, that crashed because of bad management. Because while I was still at the other minimart, I was not really putting my time in the new supermarket. So that crumbled because I give it out so much to manage for me. After that, I opened a food business known as Amala Junction in the heart of Aja, Lagos. Unfortunately, that business, I had to sell the business after a while. And why I sold the business was this. When I was establishing the business was during the dry season. And during the rainy season, that place is a mess. I wasn't getting sales at all. Because of that, I was forced to actually close the business and actually sold the business to somebody else. And after that, I opened another brand known as Foodies King. Foodies King, our specialty was small chops as well as Chinese meals. And interestingly, we're doing wonderfully well as we're growing. We were actually not just growing in sales alone, but in capacity, because previously we actually should I use the word, we're giving out our deliveries to another company to handle for us. But with time we also had our own delivery company just to be able to sustain the growth, which I call the delivery company known as Femi Collab Deliveries. But as time went on, that was when COVID-19 came on board. When COVID-19 came on board, what happened? The ultimate thing that happened. Business crumbled because people had perception that COVID-19 started from China and there was no longer sales or business for us. And after a while, I was still running dispatch business alone, which is delivery, which is the Femi Collab deliveries. But later that also closed down because of the policies. The policies in Lagos didn't really favor business on the long run. So I had to sell that business as well. But I made a good profit out of it because from that dispatch business, I was actually able to get my first land in real estate. So that was a good deal for me. So this was how my story started. After the business, after I sold the dispatch business and also the food business, I needed to start something afresh. And that was how my real estate journey started. And this is how it started. There was this particular lady who was always posting about real estate onto her status. And I was like, oh, what is it about? I really have nothing to do right now. And she said, we go to the site to make videos, we'll sell and we earn commission. And I was like, is that all? And she said, yes. And trust me, that was the beginning of my story. And that is how I started real estate today. And that's how I started real estate today. Trust me, it's been a lot of journey. It's been a whole lot of journey in the real estate environment. So after I sold the delivery business, I sat and I evaluated myself and I asked myself what I wanted, because what I've always wanted is to have an MSc degree and also to have a coaching brand, which is something huge on me because I love teaching. And interestingly, I have both today. Interestingly, I have both today through real estate because after I did the evaluation, I started pushing myself in real estate. Meaning, after the person told me, you know what, how real estate works is you tend to go to the site, you make videos, you sell, you get commission. And I started pushing myself based on what person told me then. And trust me, the push has never been, I've never relented in the push. And I think my first year in real estate, the first gift I got was a kettle, which is apart from my commission, but I cherished the kettle because it was a free gift. And after that, I think I remember that I won a lot of several appliances, freezers, deep freezers, a lot of home appliances. Like it was almost as if I was having a cash and carry in my house then. Then I think from then I won my first car. Then I won trips. You know, all these trips are free of charge. It's not as if I pay for it. The company paid for it. The car was a free gift as well. And from there, I also got my freelance. I got freelance from real estate as well, and it's been an huge journey. It's been a new journey, and today I study in one of the best universities in the world, and it's true real estate as well because I don't think I would have ever thought about me be able to afford such university on a normal day. So it's quite a huge experience that real estate has actually created a life for me that I've always wanted to be a coach as well as being an MSc holder in a very prestigious university, which is quite awesome for me. And I'm still pushing myself day by day. Note that real estate, when you're a realtor, it does not, your location is never a barrier. The location can never be a barrier. The location can never be a barrier. So in the last couple of years, all I've just been doing is I've been working with realtors both in and outside of Nigeria, try and push them to get sales. And that's why you could see the record in the last, I think, in the last couple of years for me. Most realtors altogether accumulated, they've gotten commission close to about $3 million just from pushing them to just make sales. And commissions, those are commissions that are earned by realtors that you could also be among them in the nearest future as well. So that is how real estate created my life for me, which I have today. Note also, let me quickly break down to you. To earn as a realtor is quite easy. When you sell, you get commission, but you also win some free gifts as well. And those gifts are dependent on the volume of sales you're able to push. That's when you could win a car, you could win a house, you could win a land. Anything you propose, you could win it. So real estate is that catalyst you need, and I believe that this is the way for you. But note, real estate is not a get rich quick scheme. It's not the one you come into it today and you expect to be a billionaire tomorrow. I have to put that into your mind because a lot of people might have that expectation. But like I said, if put in the hard work in the shortest of run, you will be up there and you'll be happy you made a decision, not just a decision, an happy decision. And trust me, I'm here to help you out as well as PPBN is to help you out. On your screen right now, you'll be seeing pictures of people who are some of the realtors of PPBN getting free gifts. Okay, this is the free gift they get apart from the commission they earn periodically. This is free gift. I think on your screen right now you'll be seeing Madam Shirley Davis. I think she won 2 cars in a year. You could also see on your screen right now Mr. Yemi. I think this was his first year as a realtor. He won an SUV. You could also see people winning laptops. Those are gifts they get quarterly if they qualify for it. So you there are more people you'll be seeing on the screen. I think Madam Biodo on the screen as well. He just won events recently as well. So it's possible. This is different from the commission you earn. It's just a free gift for pushing yourself and getting a couple of volume of sales. So real estate is the way, no matter how you look at it. You could earn those commissions and establish yourself. You could earn those commissions and restart your life. You could earn those commissions and you know what? Help people around you. So no matter what you do, real estate is here for you. And I will tell you, imbibe it, imbibe it, imbibe it, imbibe it. In conclusion, now we should know that I'm happy to have gone through this section with you. But in conclusion, there are two things I would love to let you know. Number one, which is very important, note that real estate is the future, is the future. And when is the future? Now is the future. So I will tell you, take an action today. Number two thing which you have to know importantly is that I'll be asking this question: are you willing to start this real estate journey? If your answer is yes, then I'll say congratulations to you. And if your answer is still no, I'll still say congratulations to you. Because either you say yes or a no, it's just a decision. But I will tell you, say a yes today because PPBN is here to be part of your success story. You don't have to be somebody who is a salesy person. You don't have to be a salesman. You don't have to have an experience of a salesman. You don't have to have any experience at all. Trust me, we've done this over and over again. And PPBN and myself are willing and will be able to change your story for life. All we need are just two things from you: your commitment and your time. And with these two tools, by the time we imbibe you with everything you need to know, trust me, you will become a top selling realtor in no matter of time. See you at the top. Big up for you. Success.